Now I'll give you a little audio and the pre-video, switching to the graphics soon. This is the show.
Now, new, live, and local, and every weekday from 8 to 9 a.m. This is the show talking about what you want to know, what you need to know, and part of Woof Boom Radio's mission to use our voice to build our community. The all-new Delaware County Today, presented by Muncie Community Schools. Now on WMUN, the Talk of Muncie. Here's your host, Director of News Operations and lead morning anchor, Steve Lindell.
Inside Studio B, gas tax update in a minute. Just say Yaniv at the bottom of the hour. Say John, too, and there will be a Michigan listener likely, or more. Hello and good morning to Minnesota Mama. I see you there, yeah. And Roger, too. Portland, Oregon. Sister Sherry and many, many others listening around the globe and or on the terrestrial radio. We're on 92.5 FM and 1340 AM. Let's go directly to your weather as we ramp up and get closer to the Mother's Day weekend. Let's talk now, or rather listen now, to WMUN meteorologist Paul Poteet.
Good morning. A little cool for the start with wind chills in the mid-30s. Today's breeze could go about as high as 20 miles an hour, but there'll be plenty of sunshine, mostly to partly sunny. Not a bad day, near 59 for the high temperature. We do have a couple of waves moving through. One will bring some scattered showers this evening after sunset and into the overnight with a low of 47. We're going up to 66 on Friday. Friday looks fine. Partly sunny during the day. Late afternoon, say after about 5 o'clock, chances of seeing some showers, maybe some thunder tomorrow evening. Then, on Saturday, we're mostly to partly cloudy with a high of 73. That doesn't last. It's back to the 60s on Sunday. Periods of showers, maybe some thunder. And then as we go into next week, we'll get those temperatures back up to near 70 by the middle of the week. That's the WMUN weather story this morning. Let's get some more stories about what's happening elsewhere with Steve.
All right, I would be that Steve Lindell. Paul Poteet, thank you. Hourly weather updates here on WMUN and the rest of the Woof Boom Radio Group. We use our voice and our meteorologist, Paul Poteet, to inform our community. Local news summary in a minute. Our lead story is added in this morning. He did it again. The governor extended the pause on the gas tax, but the question is, really, is it making a difference at the Indiana pumps?
And now, a Network Indiana Spotlight.
Braun said he would extend his suspension of the state's tax on gas, and he's also suspending the gasoline excise tax. And these suspensions run for 30 days.
The 30-day extension will bring Hoosiers an average of 12.4% savings in every fill-up.
State employees are also getting some help.
For state employees who have used their personal vehicles at times for work, we are looking to increase the rate at which we reimburse mileage to help them get through it as well.
And he says this is all part of a broader effort to make sure Hoosiers can live in a state where things are affordable. But what does that really mean?
That means tackling high health care costs. That means looking at utility rates. We've made a strong statement there by reconstituting the IURC to make sure they're ratepayer conscious. You know, they've been out talking to Hoosiers and talking to our investor-owned utilities.
Indianapolis Democrat State Rep Greg Porter says he's glad the governor did this because now people will get some actual savings at the pump instead of a handful of change. Porter says the state can cover its losses with the $5 billion surplus it has. With your Network Indiana Spotlight, I'm John Herrick.
On WMUN, News Talk, Sports Talk, Community Talk. Plenty of news coverage as it happens on the radio. We also have a website for that, woofboomnews.com. It is free, no subscription required. We post to it all the time. When news happens, it goes there and or on the radio, the original social media. Steve Lindell live in Studio B on the campus of Wolf Boom Radio. 6 formats, 1 mission. We use our voice to build and connect our community. Now on to the rest of our news summary. These stories and more airing on all of our stations here in East Central Indiana. And now for you watching on YouTube and listening to WMUN. Primary voting went off in Indiana Tuesday without a hitch. That's no surprise to Secretary of State Diego Morales.
Indiana has never been in the top 10. I made a promise when I took office to put Indiana in the top 10. Now I can say promises made, promises kept.
Indiana ranks 7th in the nation for election integrity under his watch. Republicans and Democrats both came away from Tuesday's election night results feeling confident for different reasons.
21 Republican senators voted against redistricting in November. 8 of them ran for re-election, and 5 of them lost. Indiana Republican Senator Jim Banks says you can thank the influence of President Trump for that.
Donald Trump is the most popular Republican, the most important Republican in the state of Indiana. And those Republicans who have ignored that or ignore President Trump, they will lose their election.
But the Indiana Democratic Party argues that Republican primary voters don't reflect the values of the average Hoosier. John Herrick, Network Indiana.
It's very possible that we'll make a deal.
According to the Wall Street Journal, that deal-making process could resume as early as next week in Islamabad, as the U.S. and Iran, quote, are working with mediators to hammer out a one-page, 14-point memorandum of understanding that would lay out the framework for a month-long period of talks to end the war.
Spectrum announced plans to bring Spectrum Internet, mobile TV, and voice services to nearly 1,200 additional homes and businesses that it serves in Delaware County. Visit SpectrumRuralExpansion.com to learn more.
A new report from the Hartford Institute for Religion Research shows church attendance is up for the first time in 20 years. It reverses a 25-year trend of steeply declining attendance. The Hartford Institute report also indicates more people are volunteering, along with a renewed sense of optimism among pastors and other clergy. Tom Rigotti, Fox News.
The Madison County Commissioners have created a fund to help clear log jams and beaver dams from local waterways. Herald Bulletin says the account is expected to generate about $20,000 per year. Ball State senior outside hitter Patrick Rogers named one of 4 finalists for the AVCA National Collegiate Men's Player of the Year Award. Cardinals coach Mike Iandolo recalled the moments before Rogers' back-to-back aces clinched a come-from-behind 5-set victory over Pepperdine in a trip to Saturday's Final Four in L.A.
I remember thinking in my head, I just said to myself, I go, listen, either we're tying this match up or our season's over. And, I kind of was like within 10 seconds was kind of good with that. And it was like, at least it's Pat who's got the ball in his hands.
Getting 53% of the vote is just enough for one Indiana congressman.
Just over a year into his first term, and Indiana Congressman Jefferson Shreve is now the Republican nominee in the 6th District. After winning his primary race on Tuesday, Jarrett Lewis, Network Indiana.
Man for Man Ministry will host its 4th annual Leadership Summit on Saturday at Blood and Fire Ministries on Muncie's North Madison Avenue. Doors open 7:45 in the morning. Rich Taylor about Man for Man's mission.
God has called us to help Christ-following men connect with each other in meaningful ways, in ways that build character and fuel sanctification. It will strengthen our families and influence our culture in a God-honoring way.
Surrounded by UFC fighters in the Oval Office, President Trump revealed renderings of an octagon on the White House South Lawn for a UFC fight set for June 14th, coincides with the president's 80th birthday, as well as Flag Day. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Congresswoman Victoria Spartz will host the 3rd in her series of live policy discussions on X Spaces today, 8 p.m. The discussion, health care. Is government the problem or the solution? Live briefing also includes Q&A. It's on X at Rep Spartz. The IHSAA's approval of NIL payments for high school athletes made big headlines this week, but Pendleton Heights Athletic Director Chad Smith says it's more about setting guidelines for opportunities student athletes are already getting.
You got to draw the line somewhere, and so that's what these guidelines are for. I don't anticipate that it's going to really make a huge difference in how our athletes function.
Madison County Clerk's office says a little more than 17% of eligible voters participated in Tuesday's primary election. That's a similar percentage to the 2022 off-year primary elections in Madison County. IMS Museum and Speedway moving in new cars ahead of the Indy 500.
Jason Vansicle with the IMS Museum tells Fox 59 the old cars, which were there since the museum's renovation last April, were wheeled off except for one car.
We have a variety ranging all the way back from 1914 to 1988.
Jake McDaniel, Network, Indiana.
The Muncie Ballet Studio and director Lisa Love will present Oz the Ballet, May 15th, 7 p.m., May 16th, 2 p.m. at Cornerstone Center for the Arts in Muncie. Tickets $10. Children under 5 will be admitted free. Order now at muncieballet.org.
Gatherings are being held across the country to mark the National Day of Prayer with this year's theme of Glorify God Among the Nations. The day was established in 1952 by a joint resolution of Congress and signed by President Truman. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
Registration deadline is June 17 for the Greater Muncie Area Chamber of Commerce Chamber Cup Golf Outing, sponsored in part by Wolf Boom Radio. The event is June 23 and 24 at the Players Club in Yorktown. Contact Brenda Brumfield for more information.
The late Michael Jackson has set his best streaming week ever following the release of the biopic Michael in theaters. The King of Pop solo catalog registered a collective 137.5 million official on-demand streams for the week of April 24th through the 30th, according to Luminate. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
More local every day on our free wolfboomnews.com. And on WMUN from Studio B, I'm Steve Lindell with our news complete. We move on to looking at our listeners, sort of. Via the electronic devices, we have listeners all around the country, sometimes all around the world. You can see California, Santa Rosa, Long Beach, La Mesa. Angola, Indiana was on, Mansfield, Ohio, Indianapolis. Maybe Speedway will click on soon. It's move-in day at the track, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Sancio Grand Prix is this weekend, or is it Grand Prix? Not sure. I'm working on booking Doug Bowles, the leader of the IMS, for tomorrow morning at about this time. It is not confirmed yet, but we're working on that. Our Mark Forster had a conversation with the guy that calls the race and so many others. Here on WMUN, Mark Janes was a guest yesterday. You can replay that on our website right now, WMUNmuncie.com, WMUNmuncie.com. Tomorrow morning, we have a tentative appearance by Kurt Darling, our sports director for Wolf Boom Radio, and I know he has a love and a passion for all things fast at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He has worked plenty of races on the IMS radio network, plenty of times, so we're hoping to have his smile and his energy in our Studio B tomorrow morning, talking about that and other sports of all sorts. All right, let's get a snapshot of your day today.
It's May 7th, and this is your Fox Daily Snapshot. It's National Barriers Awareness Day. It's a day where we all must continue to dissolve the stigmas and biases many of us face on a daily basis. Whether physical, financial, cultural, or social, today is the day to bring attention to those barriers which don't allow our fellow Americans and human beings from fully participating in society. Also on this date in 1798, the first presidential inaugural ball took place for George Washington in New York City. The Ninth Symphony debuted in Vienna in 1824. It is widely considered Beethoven's greatest work. If it's your birthday today, you share it with legendary Hall of Fame quarterback and Baltimore Colt, Johnny Unitas, born in 1933. And Fast Times at Ridgemont High director Amy Heckerling, born in 1954. I'm Tushar Saxena with your Fox Daily Snapshot.
The Baltimore Colts, come on, they moved. That was way back when, Johnny Unitas. It's 8:19. We're live 8 to 9 a.m. local time and a replay on demand. You can do that audio-wise on our website, WMUNmuncie.com. You can also do it visually. Sister Sherry, you can see your brother and his white hair on YouTube.com. Look for Wolf Boom Studio B. Wolf Boom Studio B. Please do subscribe to that channel. You get little automatic updates. So all the times that we put up great content visually, sometimes it's not even on the radio. It's just the visual. We want you to be a part of all of it from Wolf Boom Radio Group and from WMUN. There are some new updates for Medicaid recipients.
This is House Call for Health. Medicaid recipients will have new work requirements under a bill passed by Congress last year, with Nebraska recently becoming the first state to put new rules in place. The rules will apply to those enrolled in Medicare under an expansion that allows more low and middle income earners to qualify for it. In Nebraska, that's about 70,000 people out of a total of nearly 350,000 Medicaid recipients in the state. Under the new requirements, enrollees ages 19 to 64 have to show they're working or performing community service for at least 80 hours a month, or that they're in school or an apprenticeship at least part-time. There are exemptions, including for people with certain medical issues, pregnant women, and caregivers of disabled people. And Nebraska will review eligibility every 6 months. For more health news, go to foxnewshealth.com. House Call for Health. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Our WMUN word of the day calendar, provided by my beautiful wife, Nancy. Penitence. Penitence is the word of the day. Penitence. Penitence is the WMUN word of the day. The quality or state of being penitent. Sorrow for sins or faults. Penitence, use it in a word today. We'll see if Yaniv uses it in a sentence when he arrives. The conductor coming in to our Studio B with John Clark. Maybe John will. I'm doing this to test them to see if they're listening right now to live radio. It's possible. They also might be busy doing other things that are far more important, but they will be in this room in just minutes and moments as we continue through the hour right here on Delaware County Today from WMUN.
With the kids popping in at night and my wife next to me, I need a mattress that keeps movement to a minimum. Mattress Firm sleep experts will match you with a bed for deeper rest, like the Tempur-Pedic Adapt. Its unique Tempur material absorbs motion for undisturbed rest. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm and save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. They make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See mattressfirm.com or store for more details.
Too many families face a widening gap between what they can afford and what they need to thrive. More than half of families in the U.S. today are one paycheck away from financial crisis. At Good 360, we deliver hope when families need it most, providing essentials like clothing, hygiene items, and household goods. Put help within reach. Learn more at good360.org.
This year, WMUN is celebrating its 100th anniversary. Every day, we will bring you an important story that shaped our community's history. May 7. In 1928, the press in Indiana was awarded the Pulitzer Prize for exposing the Ku Klux Klan's grip on politics. In Muncie, where the Klan had heavily infiltrated local government, the reporting was a catalyst for change. Courageous local residents and journalists used this national momentum to begin reclaiming their city from the invisible empire. This date marks a victory for the watchdog role of the media. The exposure broke the Klan's local influence, allowing Muncie to return to democratic leadership.
I'm Steve Lindell from Wolf Boom Radio, congratulating our WMUN on 100 years of service and celebrating the listeners who make Muncie home.
Want to hear more? Replays uploaded daily on WMUNmuncie.com. Now back to Delaware County Today with Steve Lindell, presented by Muncie Community Schools.
From Studio B for WMUN and the rest of the Wolf Boom Radio Group. Coming up top of hour, about 35 minutes from now, Ball State Athletics will be in focus. Mick Tidrow, the voice of the Cardinals, host of the weekly show. We'll have Jeff Mitchell in studio for the entire half hour, 9 to 9:30. They'll be talking about everything that has been happening, has happened, and is going to happen. A lot to cover with the AD. Mick Tidrow has that hosting right here from this same air chair And then we're also just minutes and moments away from guest in studio for Orchestra Indiana. That's about 6 minutes from now on WMUN's Delaware County Today, because people are talking about all things classical. They should be. Absolutely. Next item this morning, President Trump is lifting some liquor tariffs on the UK.
I'm Chad Pergram with the Speaker's Lobby. Tariffs on bourbon and Scotch whiskey enhance tensions between the United States and United Kingdom. But after his visit with King Charles, President Trump announced he was lifting the tariffs in, quote, honor of the King and Queen. The president said the restrictions hurt the alcohol industry on both sides of the Atlantic. The United States and United Kingdom have a symbiotic relationship with brown liquor. Congress bars reusing bourbon and whiskey barrels here, but Scotch producers love American barrels from Jim Beam or Jack Daniels. They reuse the barrels to age Scotch. Former Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky often disagrees with the president, but McConnell applauded the news. McConnell says the decision by the president gives bourbon producers, quote, the certainty they need. For his part, King Charles is known to particularly enjoy Laphroaig, a peaty expression from the Scottish Isle of Islay. Laphroaig even boasts what's called a royal warrant, which bears his name. A royal warrant is for vendors who provide particular products to the crown. With the Speaker's Lobby, Chad Pergram, Fox News.
WMUN 92.5 FM and all the rest, with a lot of locally produced programs we're very proud of. Sunday mornings, the newest of the new shows to add in, Porchlight Radio. Jasmine and Sam, the hosts of that program, they've got a couple of really great guests that you will hear first on Sunday mornings at 6:30 a.m. right after. We have Taken It to the Street Beat, with a fantastic weekly show, too, on Sunday mornings. And then after the show goes off the air for Porchlight Radio, it populates to our website, WMUNmuncie.com, WMUNmuncie.com. On Saturday mornings, our talk block here on WMUN starts at 7 a.m., and that's with Page Turners, the Broadcast Book Club. Lauren Davis is on the guest list for this coming Saturday, 7 to 8 a.m. It's almost time for the Yorktown Public Library Comic Con, and Cam and TC will chat with Lauren Davis, the Youth Services Librarian. That is for this coming Saturday, 7 to 8 a.m. It's called Page Turners, the Broadcast Book Club, with Cam and TC as the hosts with the most. That, just like all the other programs, shows up on radio first, the original social media, then it populates to our website, flies out to the social channels too, for you to share, save, replay, or just make people aware of the great local content that we have for you. We are moments away from our next guest segment. We're going to talk about the orchestra event. Stand by, just a couple of moments away here on WMUN.
You remember listening to him.
The kick by Jackson, it is up and good, a 20-yard field goal. It's down to the 5-yard line, touchdown in the end zone. They've taken the lead.
And taking in his love for this community.
Over the years, I've gotten to know the boys and girls who are athletes, and they go on and are very successful.
And today, we hope to help local student athletes achieve that success. Hi, I'm Kirk Darling, Sports Director for Wolf Boom Radio. Myself and all of us at Wolf Boom are honored to carry on the legacy of Maury Manny's. This spring, we'll be awarding the Maury Manny's Scholarship to one male and one female high school student athlete, both in Madison and Delaware counties.
Maybe one of these young people will go on and do great things.
It's been said many times, high school athletics are part of a complete education, and no one understood that more than Maury Manny's. The Maury Manny's Scholarship, another way Wolf Boom Radio is helping lift up East Central Indiana.
Hey, listen up. Take the next step toward your future with an affordable online degree or certificate from University of Maryland Global Campus, an accredited state university. Classes start May 13th, and when you apply now, your application fee is waived. Choose from over 135 skills-based programs. Earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Don't forget, save now with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Visit umgc.edu to learn more.
Stories surround us everywhere. In the pages of a novel, the panels of a comic book, the verses of a song, or the lines of a poem. But what makes these stories resonate? What connects them to our lives? Join Cam and TC every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for WMUN's Page Turners, the broadcast book club brought to you by Yorktown Public Library, where they explore the art of storytelling in all its forms. Join the story on 92.5 FM, 1340 AM, and Alexa, say, play WMUN. Every story has a beginning. Find yours with Page Turners on Radio First, then on demand at WMUNmuncie.com. Want to hear more? Replays uploaded daily on WMUNmuncie.com. Now back to Delaware County Today with Steve Lindell, presented by Muncie Community Schools.
As I exercise my fingers, you're in the 3-shot now in Studio B. Now the super close-up of me as we bring in people to talk about this place, Orchestra Indiana, for our video replayers on the YouTube channel. You are seeing their lovely website. Great motion there. We love motion. Motion is good. We also love good, great people, and we're glad that they're in the studio right now. Let's say hello to the conductor. Hello, Yaniv.
Good morning. I was going to say, I think emotion is also good.
Oh,
with music
geez,
and concerts. I hope that's the experience that people have.
I saw what you did there. Wow, very creative. You have coffee in there. Get you all fired up. Orchestra Indiana is what we're talking about this morning. And Yaniv Segal, I believe your middle name is Steven, which makes you Steven Segal. I don't know if I ever brought that up.
Not a guy you want to meet in an alley.
Again, listen to the creativity of this young man. Tell us the wheres and whens of this Saturday's performance and what it's going to be all about.
Absolutely. So our whole season, since this was my first season, was In Search of Something. So our last concert is In Search of Fate. And we are collaborating with the Taylor University Chorale up at Taylor University. We're performing on Saturday night at 7:30 in their science atrium. It's totally not a concert hall.
Oh.
It's very much a big, awesome space that has catwalks and balconies and bouncy surfaces. So we're going to sound very different than in a concert hall.
Will the acoustics be approved by the conductor?
Yeah, that's actually, when I walked in there, I was like, oh, this is an amazing space. Because Reed Spencer, the director of the chorale there, showed me that space. And when I walked in, I said, we have to perform here. He says he does some chorus concerts there. There's a big reverb. So the program that I've selected, a lot of it is about making the chorus and the orchestra sound good and warm and fill you up.
Okay, you said chorus. There will be singing as well
There's
as the
a lot
orchestra
of singing.
music.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
So the Taylor Chorale, we're partnering with them on 4 out of the 6 pieces that we're doing.
Okay.
And in many different ways. There's some Brahms songs, which is incredible. We have an amazing soloist, Laura Lee Songer, who's singing the Alto Rhapsody, which is for singer and men's chorus. And then we're ending the program with a Debussy piece where the women play sirens, like they sing as if they're not like car sirens, like the ocean sirens from Greek history.
Okay, very good.
And so they're going to be up in the distance and hopefully entrancing us. And even for me, very special. It's actually my birthday on Saturday.
Aww.
And that was kind of accidental, but we're opening with a piece that I wrote.
Very good.
And it's a piece that is all about kind of how the light of the sun gives us nourishment, and we pass that on to others. And it also uses the 3D space because it calls for people all around to be ringing bells all around the audience. So when I walked into that space, I was like, "Do you think we could do my piece in here?" And I'm really excited about that.
Oh, you put a lot of thought into all of this.
Absolutely.
You don't just show up. John Clark is standing by, the leader of Orchestra Indiana.
I would say this will be the ultimate experience in surround sound. I mean, people spend a lot of money at Best Buy buying the latest speakers. I mean, I think this experience on Saturday night is truly going to be an epic experience for all who attend.
We have some more to talk about here with these gentlemen. We're in Studio B on WMUN. People are talking about Orchestra Indiana. Indiana. This is the final of this season. We're going to get to the next season, if you don't mind, in a little bit, not just yet. I was looking at your website, which is very useful, and it's very, well, I'll show it again for those that are watching on our YouTube video page. There were some myths debunked things. I thought that was really neat to look at. John, I'm going to go to you. You must get all dressed up to go to a concert. Debunk that myth.
No, not at all. Come as you are. I mean, the whole idea is that you experience the music live. Live performance is different than, excuse me, recordings played in your home. It's experienced emotionally, and the sensory sound is just awesome.
And Yaniv, another one of the myths that I'd like you to debunk, that only the experts can truly appreciate symphonic music.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, that's I think that's just an excuse. That's absolutely a myth. It's like saying only somebody who knows the film, like what film is, can enjoy a movie.
Right.
Or I mean, there are plenty of people who are not rock musicians or pop musicians who can appreciate pop music. I think you can appreciate any music. It's about getting into the headspace. It's about saying, I'm here to experience something and being open.
The last time you were in or with us, or maybe the time before, I think I shared a personal story back in the day when I lived in Minnesota, where I was born and raised. I went to the Minnesota Orchestra. It was a field trip for the school. And I was in elementary school. It was a long time ago. Check out my hair. But I remember it. I remember the goosebumps. I remember because I had heard orchestra music on the radio. I'd heard it played through speakers, and it's unique and different in that regard. But when you are in the room, it is a totally different feeling, isn't it, Mr. Clark?
Absolutely. And I think once you experience that, you'll want to do it again and again. And that's what creates the excitement for the programming that Yaniv has done for this final concert, something a little unique, something that people can appreciate. And it's on the cutting edge. I mean, it's like, oh, that's new. I really like that.
And it's comfortable, too, as we've alluded to already during this interview and others. It isn't where you raise your pinky and talk like that.
Oh, gosh, I hope not.
The inclusiveness is what you're after, Yanni.
Absolutely. There's people who say, "Oh, I don't know when to applaud. I don't." Forget that. Like, first of all, when a lot of this stuff was, when Beethoven's Ninth Symphony was premiered, people started applauding during the second movement because the timpani came in and it was so exciting that people started applauding, or where they played something that they loved so much after the movement, they would start cheering and force the orchestra to repeat the movement before going on. Imagine that. You think you have to sit there so still. That's actually anachronistic. Like, it is way more appropriate to cheer and be involved than to sit there quietly.
And the conductor loves that too.
I think that would be amazing if somebody played a great horn solo and somebody went woo, like, why would they do that in jazz?
Yeah.
How about being aware of that in the symphony orchestra?
John Clark, if you would look ahead, maybe some teases for the next season and so on.
I don't believe it's on the website yet, but we have a fantastic season for next year. Our September concert is entitled America 250, and we have a wonderful pianist from Ball State University, James Helton, is going to play Rhapsody in Blue. That's just an awesome concert that Yaniv has put together. The December 20th, I will give you that date, is a family concert of Christmas brass at First Presbyterian Church.
Oh, wow.
So that's just awesome. I can't wait for that concert.
As a brass player, of course.
Yeah, I understand. Well, have to get that punch in there. Then in, I believe it's March, we're going back to Grant County for in Gaston, the new facility that they have up there, the big
Gaston Performance Center, something like that.
We're going to do a silent movie production there.
Oh.
We'll play the sound. We'll play the audio.
I would assume it wouldn't be much of an
Buster
orchestra.
Keaton,
It wouldn't be much of an orchestra performance silent.
So instead of like a piano accompanying, there'll be an ensemble to do this Buster Keaton movie.
Oh my!
So and then finally we're going to wrap up the 27 season with a side-by-side with the Muncie Youth Orchestra. So the kids that are in high school and junior high school all over Delaware County, Central Indiana, are going to sit inside the orchestra to play a final concert with us.
All things Orchestra Indiana. Tell them how to website
it's
connect.
website, and then mailings will be going out, middle July, August. Once we get the final season, it's together. And what am I trying to say?
Mr. Clark, also with respect to the performance this Saturday, tickets at the door? Or?
Tickets at the door and on the website. Yeah, it's easiest tickets at the door.
All right.
7:30.
Okay, good. Yes, Yaniv.
Yeah, we can fit about 300 or 400 people there. It's not a very big space.
Okay.
So and there's 60 people in the chorus. So families and friends and so forth. So if you like Debussy, Brahms, some of my music. Great Vaughan Williams, we'd love to see you.
Excellent. Sounds like a wonderful time. This Saturday night, 7:30 is showtime. Before I let you go, it's only May the 7th, but I thought about, as you were getting ready to come in on the air today, we're getting closer to the 4th of July. Is that like a Super Bowl day to a conductor? Because there's so many appropriate pieces of music that I'm sure that you have conducted and or played a part of. Well, what is July 4th like to a conductor?
It's funny. I have done some holiday concerts around July 4th, and one of the biggest traditions that we always do is Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture, which has got the French national anthem and is about a battle with the Russians. And we've taken that as our holiday tradition.
It's about the pops and the booms and the whatever.
But yeah, no, that's always a blast. I do love outdoor concerts. I grew up going to outdoor concerts. And so anytime we could do that is really special. So we're not doing that this holiday, but instead, we'll celebrate the 250th, as John said, at the beginning of our season.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for bringing so much joy to so many people. And you're going to do it again for a smaller group, but this Saturday night with the special show. Any final thoughts, Mr. Clark?
Oh, all are invited. Come and enjoy the music. That's what we're here for.
All right, excellent. As we continue, this is Delaware County Today. We are on WMUN.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. Governor Mike Braun says the new Keep In initiative will provide small business owners with resources and support as they look to the future. The initiative is being led by the Office of Entrepreneurship and Innovation with the goal of preserving local jobs and locally based businesses by reducing business closures and supporting smoother ownership transitions.
What we're trying to do is create some type of clearinghouse, some type of ability when you've got so many businesses that are there that might just need a little bit of injection of this or that.
Novus, a contract manufacturing organization headquartered in Belgium, has announced plans to establish U.S. operations in the Kosciuszko County town of North Webster. The company is currently equipping a leased facility that it says will mirror its manufacturing operations in Europe. You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America are men and women building roads and bridges to get Hoosiers where they're going today and a new energy infrastructure that will keep Indiana competitive tomorrow. LIUNA's over 12,000 statewide members also grow local economies, earning good union wages, shopping where they live and work, and paying taxes. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Want to hear more? Replays uploaded daily on WMUNmuncie.com. Now back to Delaware County Today with Steve Lindell, presented by Muncie Community Schools.
Now in the green room, or is it the orange room of Studio B, Mick Tidrow, the VOC. He will have the AD on the RADIO. Oh boy, it's a lot of letters. 9 to 9:30. Just moments away, about 16 minutes by my clock. We'll get them up here talking to you. Next item for this morning that people are talking about, the Democratic frontrunner in the race for California governor has released his immigration plan that some say is more radical.
Democracy 2026.
With the California governor's race in disarray, Democrat Tom Steyer is doubling down on this pledge.
I'm very straightforward about this. ICE should be abolished.
The billionaire climate activist vowing that if elected, he will ban racial profiling for immigration arrests, hold ICE leadership accountable for violence, and prosecute and imprison ICE agents, fund a special unit to enforce the anti-ICE agenda, and, quote, bring those detained and kidnapped by ICE back home. Republican frontrunner Steve Hilton reacting on Fox.
This is basically an extension of the Biden open borders policy agenda at the home front, internally.
Steyer also taking heat for advocating for the closure of all private prisons and detention centers, some that now house illegal immigrants, when he once invested $90 million in such facilities. He now calls that a mistake, but his opponents are calling him a hypocrite. Claudia Cowan, Fox News.
On WMUN's Delaware County Today, live 8 to 9 a.m. from Studio B. Yeah, we're on the campus of Wolf Boom Radio. Our YouTube channel is, of course, free and open to all. Subscribe, why don't you? You can see what you're hearing. This show and many others are posted to that page with the visual context, sometimes that matters to the radio stuff that we do. And we appreciate any and all for tuning in and watching what we do in Studio B from WMUN and the rest of the Wolf Boom Radio Group. What do we got? 8:46. Let me review the weather plan here. Today for Smash Cancer, the revised event is today at Yorktown High School. That's Delta Girls Tennis versus Yorktown, and the big fundraiser to raise money for cancer help right here in Muncie, Delaware County, and East Central Indiana. It will be a beautiful sunny day. They tried to do this Tuesday. It was not beautiful or sunny that day. A sunny 59-degree cool afternoon. Our Gary Joseph is going to broadcast live from WLBC's Drive Home show. He's bringing the show on the road there to support the efforts and the great things that they have been doing for several years now. And we hope that you might be able to show up and or purchase some of that swag to support and raise funds for the efforts that they're doing. Smash Cancer, smash like serve. The ceremonial first serve, I understand, is really, really moving and powerful. They have everybody that either is a cancer survivor or has been affected by someone that either has cancer or has succumbed to that terrible disease. Everybody gets to serve simultaneously, and it's a pretty cool thing. They usually put a video and or picture up after the event, and that's pretty neat stuff too. So anyway, at Yorktown High School, if you don't know where to go, when to go, check out the Smash Cancer website. That's also where you can order the gear. There's different color combinations for all the various different forms and types of cancer. Pink is for breast cancer, and there's a different color associated with all of the others, so you can more specifically support something or someone that is impacted in your life. It's a really, really neat thing that they do, and I understand that the young ladies learn a lot in getting involved every year too, at least for those years that they're in their respective high schools. Okay, next item for this morning. President Trump is revealing some more details about a first-of-its-kind event that will be at the White House next month.
Donald Trump's America.
Surrounded by UFC fighters in the Oval Office, President Trump revealed renderings of an octagon on the White House South Lawn for a UFC fight set for June 14th.
This will be the greatest show on earth.
The president says 4,000 seats will surround the octagon, with several video monitors set up outside the White House complex for another 100,000 people to view the event.
So these are the toughest people. These are the greatest fighters in the world. They're all champions. And they'll be fighting against very tough people also.
President Trump has attended several high-profile UFC events both before and after his election. The UFC event coincides with the president's 80th birthday as well as Flag Day. It is part of a series of sporting events commemorating the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. An IndyCar race through the streets of D.C. is scheduled for August. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
And I don't make a lot of comments or commentary about various sorts of things, but not a political statement whatsoever. But the UFC thing on the White House lawn, my personal opinion, that's a little weird. Just saying. Now, I don't know anything about UFC. I mean, I know what it is, and I'm not a fan, but for all of you that are fans and think it's the coolest thing ever, I respect your opinion as well. That's very fine. WMUN, Delaware County today, looking ahead to Monday already. Are you kidding me? Dr. Joe Mashevitz, the learned man, former professor, he's retired, 9 times from Ball State University now. I don't think this one's going to stick personally. He is the host with the most for All Kinds of People. That's Mondays, 9:30 till 10 a.m. His guest, and I'm looking around the room to make sure I have the right date. Yep, that's May 11. Dottie Krebs will be the guest of a brand new episode. And then the following Monday, Todd Miracle. You may know him from voting for him. I guess he was running for something on Tuesday. I was unaware, but he's also got a lot of broadcasting in his lineage, some of which landed him here with our radio group some time ago. He's also got a lot of love for soccer, and he's got some long socks. I mean, I've seen pictures of him refereeing games, matches, I guess is the right thing. I bet he's really excited about the World Cup, as so many are. Anyway, Todd Miracle will be the guest on May 18th. That's a couple of the looks ahead to that Monday show that is from 9:30 till 10 a.m. Mondays on WMUN. It's coming up on 8:52. Getting closer to our last item on our run list today, and then we will quickly switch Studio B to the true talent of the day, Mick Tidrow hosting. So want to tell you his nickname. Oh, just love it. I almost just blurted it out. He did promise me he was going to do something on the program today that he did yesterday when he did what we call a live hit on this program, Delaware County Today. He will utilize the word of the day for WMUN within the first 5 minutes of the program with Jeff Mitchell, who is the athletic director. Penitence is that word of the day. Penitence. Penitence. He may do what he did yesterday and look it up on his phone in case he doesn't have that one stuck in his cranium, which is, it's very possible, and it's okay. Being resourceful is good. Final item today, America celebrating its 250th birthday this year. Not all of our history is great news, though.
I'm Bill Hemmer, and these are the most impactful moments in American history. For many years, Bernie Madoff sold something incredibly rare on Wall Street: consistency. Year after year, his returns were steady, high, reliable, building a reputation among investors. If your money was with Madoff, you were doing all right. He answered to a wide variety of clients: banks, hospitals, schools, charities, and even Hollywood big names like Kevin Bacon and Steven Spielberg. It was smooth sailing for Madoff. That is, until December 2008. Bernie Madoff was arrested at his luxury Manhattan penthouse. For decades, Madoff sold lies. He wasn't running a hedge fund. He was running a multi-billion-dollar Ponzi scheme, the largest in history. For more on this impactful moment in history or our other podcasts, go to foxnewspodcast.com.
Thank you, Mr. Hemmer. That'll do it for this morning's program. We're live 8 to 9 a.m. every day. It's called Delaware County Today. If we're not talking about what you're talking about, tell us. Give us a phone call. Leave us a voicemail, 289-6397, 289-6397. That voice might be used on the radio and will make you even more famous. Or you can email WMUN at woofboom.com, WMUN at woof like the dog, boom like the firecracker.com. I'm clearing out. He's moving in. Mick Tidrow is next, live at 9 a.m. Thank you for listening from Studio B. This is Delaware County Today on WMUN.